So on the Nigeria Info mobile app, you can take us with you wherever you go, and you can ensure you never get to miss a single thing. I would have just enough time, it would seem, for the opening arguments for these two contestants. Emmanuel being contestant 1 for the purpose of this battle. You will go first, 1 minute for you, and then 1 minute for Titilope. After which, we will go on a break, and when we do come back from that break, you guys will go head to head all the way to the end of your battle. For tonight, that is. Because one of you will be back again, but not so for one of you. Who will that be? It will depend on how both of you approach this battle and how you are able to impress all the judges combined. Emmanuel, for 1 minute, I'm setting the clock. You tell us why you are convinced that the Champions League is harder to win than the league itself. Your time starts now.
The UEFA Champions League, the most prestigious, the most fiercely contested, and the most difficult to win league, was started in 1955 by the Union of European Football Association, and it was called the European Cup. And by 1992, it was changed to the UEFA Champions League. And the format is this: you have to be the best in your league before you can compete in the Champions League. Simply put, the first 4 best teams in each European league will be the one to contest. With the way they have started this format, it has shown that they have to pair the best against the best. So it is always going to be difficult to win it. Now let's leave that and go to Germany in the German Bundesliga. Let's go do some mathematics. The Bayern Munich has to be the best and the most successful team in German Bundesliga. It has won 32 titles and 6 UEFA Champions League. What does that tell us? It tells us that it is easier to win the league than the Champions League. Now look at from 2013 till date, they have won consecutive titles in league titles. That is, they've been winning back to back. And from that time frame, they've won just 2 Champions League. It means that it is difficult to win the Champions League than to win the league.
Thank you very much. Your opening comments recorded and saved for posterity. Thank you very much. And now thank you. We will now go to the 1 minute of opening arguments for your opponent, and that is Titilope. Are you ready, Titi? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Come closer to your mic. The clock is set for 1 minute, and the clock is now ticking. Let's go.
The league is a marathon. You have to play as much as 38 games in a year. For example, the Premier League, which is arguably the toughest, the most interesting league in the world. In Europe, in the world, yes. Toughest league. In the Premier League, you have to play 38 games. Doesn't matter if there's a big team or there's a tough team or there's a lesser team. You have to play every team, home and away. 38 games in 10 months. Injuries will come to play. You run out of form, but you have to be consistent. You have to be the best to actually win the Premier League. You can't say, whereas in the Champions League, you can be pit against teams that are like lesser to you. For example, look at Liverpool. Look at their run to the Champions League final. They had easy run. Playing Benfica, Villarreal, Porto. You tell me, Porto was the best in their league, and what's Porto in the Champions League? The league is actually the toughest because it takes a lot to actually get to the end of it and then win it.
Thank you very much. Titilope has opened her account for the Knights, and it too is recorded for posterity. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Now, Emmanuel and Titilope will go head to head. Before they do go head to head, we will go on a short break. And when we come back, it'll be time for the head-to-head battle between these two individuals. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook. We're streaming live on Twitter. And you get to vote. We're streaming live on YouTube, which you will find embedded on Twitter. And you get to vote both on Facebook and Twitter. But before that, we would have done phone voting. Let's leave all of that until we return right after this.
We report, you decide. Topical conversations that matter to you.
There are people for personal, religious, whatever reasons who do not want to take a vaccine. And I think they have the rights.
They cannot go to not to stop insecurity is to force people to take vaccine. Let them come and kill me. I can never take it.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Enter the place and it brighten. Make everybody they wonder. Waiting because of the shine. Lush hair, lush hair. Long hair or short doesn't matter. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls we know better. Lush hair, lush hair. So you want to slay? Slay with swag. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Straight up curly. You know they tango. Lie, lie. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Wonder how I shine like this. I'm on a lush hair, be the coco. Say you want to know. And if you wanna be fine like me, I can show you where to go. A lush hair, be the coco.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they trust Lush Hair Extensions. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
For the past 4 years, the Agents for Citizen-Driven Transformation, ACT, funded by the European Union and implemented by the British Council, has collaborated with over 200 civil society organizations in Nigeria to drive development in 10 states, selected across 6 geopolitical zones in the country. How has the ACT program helped strengthen the systems of civil society organizations, networks, and coalitions? How has it helped provide a platform for multi-stakeholder dialogue for an improved and effective regulatory environment for the operation of CSOs in Nigeria? What impact are these CSOs making across the country? Join us on 99.3 Nigeria Info every Tuesday from 6:30 a.m. as we discuss these and more. This program is brought to you by the ACT program in collaboration with Nigeria Info.
Heineken is specially brewed with 100% natural ingredients for that ever-refreshing first sip of...
This is a beer ad, right? I need more passion, more sound effect, more genge, more!
Specially brewed with 100% natural ingredients. A unique horizontal brewing process that delivers that refreshing first sip of Heineken.
Perfect!
Heineken, not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Enjoy responsibly.
There is something every woman gets when they become mothers. She knows when her family is in pain, and she knows better than to allow red moments linger. With fast-acting and effective M&B paracetamol tablet, the red one, and its pleasant tasting pineapple flavor syrup for children. She sends aches and pains far away from her family. Mothers who know trust May and Baker for its over 70 years of quality experience. Give aches and pain the red card with M&B paracetamol. If symptoms persist after 2 days, please consult your doctor. M&B paracetamol. Pain can't stop you.
You could be 4 debates away from 1 million naira.
Good day, honorable judges, are ever attentive audience. That's the moderator co-debater.
We've crowned 3 I Beg to Differ debate champions.
My name is Samita Kaushik. I'm Ruto Kocho. My name is Bella Desa.
And if you want to be the 4th,
in fact, it even gives you a new global perspective.
The quest
since 1998
begins
during the 2015 election.
Now, the auditions for the next I Beg to Differ debate tournament are on. It's open to all secondary school students in Lagos, aged between 12 and 16. Just go to www.nigeriainfo.fm and click on I Beg to Differ and follow the instructions. Auditions close 3 p.m. July 12th, 2022.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Hi, I'm Femi. For the last dozen years of my media career, I've dedicated myself to raising an army, a big sport broadcast army, made up of individuals who've gone from being just fans of the game to giants of the sport broadcast landscape. It's been my pride, privilege, and honor, but my job is not done. Time to raise a new army, the next generation. team, Femi and the gang, from 7 to 9 p.m. Mondays to Friday on 99.3 Nigeria Info for the third and biggest season of the Fan Battle. Starting Monday, June 13 to Friday, July 15. 1 million naira grand prize, a seat at the table, and you get to be part of it all. Catch the Fan Battle in football's hottest war zone live on radio, also on the Nigeria Info app and our Facebook and YouTube live streams. For sponsorship support and advertising, call 0808 50 20280 or 0809 303 1103. The Fan Battle Season 3. Let the battle begin.
Hello, my name is Samson Siasia. I'm hanging out with Femi and the gang on Nigeria Info.
Hi guys, I'm Thierry Henry and I'm hanging out with Femi and the gang. Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. Battle 39. Last in the series of round of 16s. 7 individuals have gone from the 16. 1 about to go. But not so fast. We've still got the head-to-head battle between Emmanuel and Titilope. So is it the Champions League or the local league? Which one is harder to win? Emmanuel argued that it's the Champions League. Titilope argued in our opening, that it is the league. There is plenty more to talk about under this topic. While Overdose gives us some side attraction.
Oh, shamelessly. Well, I was only trying to avoid the cameras.
No, you did the better thing this time. So yeah,
you know, the last time the three of you were together with me in this studio, this happened.
Has won the league. Femi, Madrid has a special place in your heart.
Femi, breaking
is
the
either Madrid
breaking the duopoly. You look at the last.
I
five.
know
Alex and Chidi want to start their own family.
No. Breaking
it's a 3-horse race. The stats are there. It's not even an argument.
Chidebere.
Aha. It's a ball.
Femi, I had to school. I have to school.
There was no schooling. There was no schooling. I don't understand what you mean by school.
Femi, I've been in this industry for 8 years. I've made a name for myself.
Chidebere.
The hardest working man is
I don't know if we'll do a halftime.
When we talk
about battle, maybe
when we talk about
Alex, I'm still talking. Alex,
when we talk about schooling, right?
Allow the elder talk. I'm still talking.
When the fan battle is over, they will do their own battle.
I can't bring myself low to battle with Alex.
Well, I can't
amongst men.
I cannot battle.
But 1 million naira will not be up for stakes. To be like 1 bowl of kunu. You understand? Something,
he
something.
said
or 1 knock on the head for the leader.
Well, sometimes you need to. I'm still talking.
Chidi, this studio has shown you must have learnt a lot, Chidi. I remember the day that you were
nothing.
Disgraced in this studio.
You remember nothing. By who?
And I have video.
By who? Disgraced by who?
You were disgraced by.
He doesn't even know.
No, you were disgraced by Nnamdi Ekugba. Listen. I'm coming, Chidebere. Calm down. The elder did one over you. But I can remember that. Listen,
Alex, you understand that this show is not about you, right?
It's not about me.
We don't want to lose the bone of contention.
But it's not about you two.
There are 2 people who want to battle, so you can help everyone by keeping quiet.
Guys, Femi, let's go into the main battle. Yeah, I mean, Femi,
the real battle.
Thank you. Can I proceed?
Please proceed.
Okay, excellent. And so head to head we go, not between Alex and Chidebere, but between Emmanuel and Titilope. Thank goodness, and an interesting battle.
Again,
Chidebere.
Femi, I really want us to continue with this show, and the gods whispered to me coming into the show. I knew
Here
that
we
the
go
disrespect
again.
was coming.
Okay.
And
Here we
every
go.
time Alex in the studio,
I'm happy
I
the
know he's
elder.
going to disrespect
I'm happy
me.
the elder doesn't believe
it's
anything. The AZM
I
was
don't want to
saying.
take the shine off the guys who are here who want to battle.
Emmanuel and Titilope, but it seems you're already,
I don't want to take the shine off them. Alex is a noisemaker, and if you keep going this way, Alex, you're going to we're going to lose the ball of contention.
We talk about disrespect
Let's
every time, but let's not go into that.
And
yeah, I bet you will cut Femi short again. Watch this.
Emmanuel, let him. We need to have a conversation. Now let's go straight into the battle.
We'll cut your internship
head to head.
Guy, no get respect. Femi, I'm going to give you a long.
He's going to cut all the audio. What did I say here?
Alex,
I said
by Monday morning.
I just said
I have to use my power now. He's forced me to use my power. As the AZM sport.
I said
Alex, listen to me.
Chidebere will cut Femi short again.
I'm going to sign your book.
Chidebere, you did it.
Sign your book.
Which book?
By tomorrow morning, Alex, you see this tonight's broadcast. Cut all the inserts.
Chidebere.
To 1 minute.
I hope Odovai is catching this moment.
Oh my goodness.
There's no moment. I can't have a moment with you.
Okay.
I'm too small.
Okay.
All right.
Femi, please go on.
Okay.
You have my blessings now.
You will soon have my curse at this point. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Emmanuel and Titilope, my apologies on behalf of these two old men. Let's get into the head-to-head. Okay, serious now. I thoroughly enjoyed that, but good Lord, help me. So, here's where we were. Champions League or the league? Which one is harder to win? Emmanuel argued that it was indeed Champions League. Titilope argued that it was the league in their opening arguments. I'm setting the clock for 5 minutes for these two individuals, these two awesome individuals, to really open up this battle. Emmanuel, are you ready?
Very ready.
Okay, let me ask you again with your mic on. Are you ready, Emmanuel?
Very ready.
Titilope, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, for 5 minutes, let's do this.
Now
Head to head.
Well, to show you how difficult it is to win the UEFA Champions League, I'll take you to France. The entire French League has just won UEFA Champions League medal. The entire league, which was won by Olympique Marseille in 1993. Up till now, there is no other team in the French League that has won the UEFA Champions League. Even PSG, with the money they had, and they all the players in Neymar, the Mbappe, the Lionel Messi. At one point, they had Gigi Buffon, they have Sergio Ramos now. They've not won the UEFA Champions League. How can a league, an entire league, has just won UEFA Champions League? It shows you that it is very difficult to win the UEFA Champions League. Let me take you back to Italy. Juventus, they have 36 league titles, and they have just 2 UEFA Champions League titles. This is the same Juventus that went on in the season unbeaten. In the league season, this was the same Juventus that won 9 league back-to-back, 9 consecutive leagues. How can you explain it to us that they have just 2 UEFA Champions League? It shows that it is extremely difficult to win the UEFA Champions League.
It is not extremely difficult. It is easier to win the UCL compared to the PL, the league, the Premier League to be exact. Okay, look at the way the UCL works out. You are in a group. This group are seeded in a way that, okay, the favorable teams will be the top of the group.
And yet
you have the lesser teams.
You see how to meet the big teams. Just like Madrid did last season.
All you have to do in this group stage is just to like draw some games and maybe win one or two.
And the UCL is not all about the group stage alone.
And once you get to the knockout, just 7 games left to a tournament, and that's what you have to do. Just try to win. And before we had the away goal rule, it doesn't make any sense.
You said try to win. Maybe you should go and ask Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola has been trying. Pep Guardiola has been trying to win since 2011. Up to date, Pep Guardiola has not won it. They have been beating him. They beat him while he was at Bayern Munich, and they are still beating him now that he's in.
Best coach in the world.
How can your best coach? How can your best coach ask you? How can your best coach ask you UCL title?
Everybody rode on luck last season. They rode on luck. Yes.
They beat.
What you can't do in the
PSG,
league?
lock.
In the
Chelsea,
league, you can't ride
lock.
on
No,
luck.
no, 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 no,
38
no, no, no.
games, you can't ride
No.
on luck. You can't ride on only 4
Before you can be the best, before you can be the best, you have to beat the best. Now let me tell you how it works. Wait. Let me tell you how it works in the league. This is how it works in the league. In the league, just make sure you beat the lesser teams. Anything you have with the big teams, you are fine. Just make sure you beat them very well, and at the end of the day, but in the UEFA Champions League, you have to beat the best before you can be the best.
You have to be consistent. Be at your best. You
By
can't
beating
ride
the
on
lesser
luck.
leagues, by beating the lesser teams.
Okay, you see how you ride on luck. What's the
How can you tell me that Juventus won 36 league titles and have 2 Champions League? How kind of game is? How can you call that luck? That is no luck. It is difficult to win the UEFA Champions League. Wait, the entire French league has just won UEFA Champions League. The entire league. How come that is no luck? They are finding it very difficult to win the UEFA Champions League. Even PSG does not have a single title. Now let me tell you something. Pep Guardiola, he has been dominating the English Premier League. How come he has not won the UCL with Manchester City? In 6 seasons, he has won 4 PL. How can he still win nothing with Manchester City at the UEFA stage? It shows that it is quite difficult, extremely difficult to win the UEFA Champions League.
It is easier to win it. Let me set an example for you how hard it is to win the EPL. Liverpool finished the season at 1 point with 97 points, still they don't win the league. Finished with 92 points, still no league. Even when the whole season we just won defeat, still they don't win. That's to show you how competitive it is in the EPL.
How
you can't just say yes.
Beating the small teams is competitive. No. Arsenal went on an invisible in the league. They went in an entire season unbeaten. Arsenal up to date, they have 0 UEFA Champions League title. Why? Because they've been finding it difficult right from inception till date to win it. How can Juventus with 36 league titles have just 2 UEFA Champions League titles? How does that sound to you? It means they have been finding it very difficult to win the UCL. This is just basics. It's not rocket science. It's so simple because they know that they are pairing the best against the best. So when you go there, look at Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson was in Manchester United for how many years? 26 years. How can a whole Sir Alex Ferguson has just 2 UEFA Champions titles? This is a man that it's not even arguably. He is the one that has the highest trophy in club management. Yet he has just 2 for a man that spent 26 years in coaching Manchester United. It shows that it is quite difficult to win the UEFA Champions League.
And so the head-to-head is over between Emmanuel and Titilope. Thank you very much for the debate. And on occasion, there was plenty of room for each of you to express yourself. There are certain times when even the bed had the time to come up. So 5 minutes done. What is left now is 2 minutes each for both of you to close your argument. If you haven't decided yet who to vote for between Emmanuel and Titilope, the closing arguments will provide you that opportunity. Emmanuel argued for the Champions League and Titilope argued for the league. Go to Facebook, our official Facebook page at Nigeria. That's Nigeria Info 99.3. You watch the live stream. You can see all of us there with our excellent audiovisual broadcast equipment. Hodovai in today. Alex did a stellar job last night. Hodovai in the middle of that now. And it's full production. You cannot miss it. It's great. We make bold to say that's how we roll. You can also watch the same live stream on YouTube. It's embedded on our official Twitter handle at Nigeria Info FM. That's the handle. We are also streaming not visual but audio on the Nigeria Info mobile app, so you can hear us wherever you are, take us wherever you go, and ensure you never miss a thing from Nigeria Info. Fan Battle Season 3, the very final battle of the round of 16. After this battle, only 8 individuals will be left in this contest. And at that point, I would bring on Hodovai with the list of our quarterfinal pairings before we go tonight, and you can hear the quarterfinal pairings tonight, or at least know who has progressed. Emmanuel, as contestant number 1 for the night, are you ready to go for your closing argument? I've set your clock for 2 minutes, and now it begins to tick.
I reiterate, it is so difficult to win the UEFA Champions League than the Premier League. I start with this. Joseph Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest managers of all time, the man that has the record for the most consecutive league wins in La Liga, Bundesliga, and the EPL. This man has 10 league titles. He won 3 at Barcelona, 3 in the Bundesliga, and he has won 4 already in the EPL. This same man has just 2 league titles. From 2011 till date, he has been finding it very difficult to win the Champions League. The likes of Monaco, Lyon has been beating him off. Why? Because it is extremely difficult for him to win it. The Premier League, he has dominated the Premier League. The same way he dominated the Bundesliga, he has dominated the Premier League. He came in 6 seasons, he has 4 different Premier League titles. It's so easy for Pep to win the EPL, but he is finding it difficult to win the UEFA Champions League. Sir Alex, the same thing, 26 years at Manchester United, 13 league titles, and yet Sir Alex has just 2. Arsenal went unbeaten in the season. At the end of the day, up to date, they still don't have it. You know what happened? It's because look at the officiating in the league. That is why it's so easy for some of them to even win it. Clattenburg, just of recent, came out to say that he was bullied into giving a corner kick instead of giving a goal kick, just because he saw Roy Keane. You don't try such with UEFA Champions League referees. The likes of Kounet Kakio, Mathieu Lahoz, Daniela Oseta, all those guys are international referees, and when you want to come win the league, you're going to face this. Want to win the Champions League, you're going to face these guys, and if you don't bring your A game, if you don't do well, there's no way you're going to be winning UEFA Champions League, because you have to. Even the way the format of the league, if you are not good in your league, you don't have any business. Predominantly, you will not be able to come fight or compete in the UEFA Champions League. So what am I talking about? It's simply saying that for you to be the best, you have to beat the best, and you have to, and it's so difficult for them to win it.
All right. Well, either you landed or the intense ticking of the clock made you land. Either way, your battle is done. The battle is done. Thank you very much. That's Emmanuel closing his argument. I'm going to reset the clock for 2 minutes for Titilope to close her argument as to why she's convinced that the league itself is harder to win than the Champions League. Titilope, if you're ready for 2 minutes, your clock starts now.
The league is harder because you have to play week in, week out. You have to play weekend. You have to play a lot of games, 38 games, week in, week out, to be consistent. You have to deal with injuries. You have to deal with good and bad form. You have to deal with tough opponents. You have to deal with everything, practically everything when you're playing in the league. Even Pep said it at Bayern, when he was at Bayern, that winning the league is hard. Even Conte at Juventus said the same thing. Even Zidane, that has won Champions League like something else when he was at Madrid, still said it in Spain that winning the league is hard. So you keep coming here and you're telling me, oh, this guy Pep has not won it. Pep said it's so easy for Pep to win the league. No, it's very hard. Even the same Pep again said it in the EPL some few weeks back, before the Champions League final. It's very hard to win the EPL because you have to deal with a lot. And there's this joy that comes with having to play 38 games and at the end of the day, winning a trophy on like playing 17 or 13 games or 7. And then winning a trophy at the end. I don't know. The difference is clear. It's like telling an athlete now to choose between going for a sprint or a marathon. Definitely it's a sprint because it's shorter. You run it faster. You're done. Unlike having to go round and round and round and round. You fizzle out at some point if you're not careful. If you don't have the strength, you fizzle out. And then if you have the strength, you pick yourself up again and you get to the end. That's exactly how the EPL is. If you're not strong enough, you fall off by the way. So you have to, because you have to be at your best, your utmost best to win. And that's how Man City has been doing. They've been at their best every time. Every time they've been clubs coming close to them. It's what Liverpool has been doing. That's why Liverpool with 37 points and all the points in this world, they still did not win the league. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Your argument is closed with time to spare. Your applause is in order. Thank you very much. And I need to stop your clock now. Thank you very, very much, Titilope. It is done between these two individuals. It is decision time. Please vote on Facebook at Nigeria Info. That's Nigeria Info 99.3. You'll see the live stream. You'll see their names. Click on one of those names to vote for either of these individuals. Also, go to Twitter. You'll see the poll pinned to our profile. Who won it for you? Emmanuel or Titilope? Please vote now. First off, we'll go to the phone lines and then come to the panel. The numbers 0700 993 993 993. Our exclusive ladies only line 01 465 7190. Again, 01 465 7190. A maximum of 9 calls will determine who takes the 20 points available via the phone lines. Who will it be? Let's go to the phone lines, Chidebere, if you may. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine. This is Peculiar on the line.
Welcome, Peculiar.
Okay, so I think Emmanuel impressed me the most. Yes. So Emmanuel for me.
Thank you very much, Peculiar. Emmanuel takes the first vote. Over now to the second vote. Hi there. Okay, we've lost that. So now we have... Okay, we've lost 2 in a row. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Hello, Femi.
Yes, please.
It's Mirabel from Mikotu.
Okay, Mirabel, go ahead.
Okay, the guy impressed me more. He had a lot of points and stuff.
Okay.
So I go for the guy.
Emmanuel takes your vote. Thank you. 2 votes to Emmanuel. Hello. Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening and welcome.
This is Priscilla. I'm calling from Sawayaba.
Okay. It's good to hear from you.
My vote.
Emmanuel takes your vote.
Priscilla.
Oh, Priscilla. Okay. Priscilla,
Yeah.
thank you.
Emmanuel takes my vote.
Emmanuel takes your vote. Emmanuel leads by 3. All right. 3 votes done, all to Emmanuel's favor. Hi there.
Hello.
Hello.
I am voting for Titilope.
Okay. We didn't get to meet you, though.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So, 3 votes to 1. Off to our 5th voter. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, guys.
Good evening and welcome.
Please, my vote goes to Emmanuel. I don't know. I don't know what happened today. I was just hearing repeated things from Titilope. I expected more from her.
And you didn't get as much as you would
I
like.
didn't. No.
Okay. Thank you very much. Emmanuel leads 4 votes to 1. Hi there.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, my name is Amaka. Yes, my vote goes to Titilope. But the last point he made, I was much in love with it. When he made mention of the 38 games that he has to play before winning, Kenyan League, than playing about 13 games in Champions League.
Yeah.
So I go with her with this last point.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your vote. So 6 votes down the line. Emmanuel leads 4-2. Chidebere, any reason why we haven't had any male vote yet? I don't know. Hi there.
Good evening, Femi and the guy.
Oh, finally a guy. Yeah. Welcome.
I'm Chooks calling from Alaba.
Welcome, Chooks.
Yeah, I am voting for Titilayo.
Oh, Titilope.
Titilope.
Yeah.
Reason because that before they started the argument, she just said one of my mind. Winning the Premier League is just like running a let me say cross-country race. Then winning the Champions League is just like winning taking a 100-meter race.
Okay.
So I love that point.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So, 4 votes to 3. 7 votes down. 2 more. The next one could be consequential. Hi there. Yes, please. Yes, please. Good evening. Yes, how are you?
Yeah, I think Titilope based argument only on the Premier League. And that's not supposed to be so. I think she's supposed to have cited an example like Bayern Munich in the 1920 season when Bayern Munich won the UCL this year, unbeaten throughout the UCL, and they also lost some games in the Bundesliga. So this is to say that the league is even more higher than the. I expected her to say that, but I think my vote will go to Emmanuel. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. And that tips it at this point in Emmanuel's favor. All 20 points going to Emmanuel by a factor of 5 votes to 3. We'll be back to the panel in just a moment.
You ask the questions. We bring the answers. Your number one station for talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
For the past 4 years, the Agents for Citizen-Driven Transformation, ACT, funded by the European Union and implemented by the British Council, has collaborated with over 200 civil society organizations in Nigeria to drive development in 10 states selected across 6 geopolitical zones in the country. How has the ACT program helped strengthen the systems of civil society organizations, networks, and coalitions? How has it helped provide a platform for multi-stakeholder dialogue for an improved and effective regulatory environment for the operation of CSOs in Nigeria? What impact are these CSOs making across the country? Join us on 99.3 Nigeria Info every Tuesday from 6:30 a.m. as we discuss these and more. This program is brought to you by the ACT program in collaboration with Nigeria Info.
It's time for ShopRite's Big Low Price Carnival. Get ready for affordable offers on show-stopping deals for families of every size.
Products like any 6 Coke Fanta or Sprite 330 ml can for 999 naira, 99 kobo, and Golden Morn 800 gram cereal for 1,699 naira, 99 kobo only.
Join the Big Low Price Carnival, where you can win one of 150 trolley dashes when you buy any 3 or more participating products to enter. Competition ends on the 10th of July. T's and C's apply. For more information, visit www.shoprite.com.ng or see in store for details.
Relax, recharge, and take a break this summer. Find the best summer holiday deals to Dubai, London, Cairo, Florida, and many other amazing cities on wakanow.com. We've got you covered. Book now on wakanow.com or visit any of our travel centers near you. Take a break. Pick a city. Wakanow. Let's go.
Oh, Bala, hope no problem. My friend, I am just tired of giving excuses to these farmers. You mean the grains are still there and not spoiled yet? That's no problem, Bala. Vorian Corella is the solution. They've got excellent prices and you get your alert. Immediately, your commodity is confirmed. They're so transparent. I have been supplying through them. Call them anywhere you are in Nigeria and tell them the grains you have and the volume you want to sell. Call now on 09131 598 652. Vorian Corella, the matching company.
We bring fun, good vibes. We even go through the nooks and come out through the crannies. We have very serious conversations. Oh, yes, we do. And that's what makes us ask you, what's up, Lagos?
Fasten your seatbelts.
I am Mary Ann. Let's fire up your mid-mornings from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
There is something every woman gets when they become mothers. She knows when her family is in pain, and she knows better than to allow red moments linger. With fast-acting and effective M&B paracetamol tablet, the red one, and its pleasant tasting pineapple flavor syrup for children. She sends aches and pains far away from her family. Mothers who know trust May and Baker for its over 70 years of quality experience. Give aches and pain the red card with M&B paracetamol. If symptoms persist after 2 days, please consult your doctor. M&B paracetamol. Pain can't stop you.
If you run your own business with Rem Money Loans, you make 0 repayments for the first 4 weeks. And once you repay your business loan successfully, you can get 99% more money on your next loan at a lower interest rate. To apply, visit renmoney.com or call 0700 5000 500. Need money, Ren Money.
Enter the place and brighten. Make everybody they wonder. Waiting they cause all the shine. Lush hair, lush hair. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls who know better. Lush hair, lush hair. So you want to slay? Slay with swag. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Straight or curly. You know they tango. Lie. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Wonder how I shine like this. I'm on a lush hair, be the coco. Say you want to know. And if you wanna be fine like me, I can show you where to go. A lush hair, be the coco.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they trust Lush Hair Extensions. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
We bring fun, good vibes. We even go through the nooks and come out through the crannies. We have very serious conversations. Oh, yes, we do. And that's what makes us ask you, what's up, Lagos?
Fasten your seatbelts.
I am Mary Ann. Let's fire up your mid-mornings from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Hi guys, I'm John Fashanu. Keep listening to Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Don't miss
Hi
it.
my people, I'm Humble Smith, aka the Show Boy. You're listening to Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigerian Info. God bless you.
What up guys, it's Ladi Poe and you are listening to Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. But you knew that.
Last time in a round of 16, we do this. It's decision time. Emmanuel or Titilope on the night. Emmanuel took 20 percentage points courtesy of the phone votes. There are 80 more percentage points to fight for. They are in the hands of the individuals. Most of them in the hands of the individuals with me here, 60 of those, between Chidebere, Alex, and Overdose. Chidebere, ready to go.
Yes, Femi, I am. And, well, this one was another interesting battle. I'd call it another interesting battle. And I really enjoyed the points made by both parties. Titilope didn't seem like she had a lot of points, so like I think one or two of the callers said, there was a lot of things repeated. For her opponent, I think he had a strong one, Emmanuel. He had at some point I was a bit confused in the beginning, but he made some really clear points. He talked about Juventus going unbeaten in the league at some point and still, didn't win the title. Talked about Arsenal, the Invincibles, who went unbeaten, still haven't won the title. I think in terms of who convinced me more, these points were really good. And it wasn't like Titi didn't come. I think she came with a fight, even though during the head-to-head, Emmanuel kind of subdued her. He was more vocal. He was hungrier. He wanted it, and he showed that he wanted to progress from the round. And many might argue that the argument maybe a bit favored him in a way. But there was also points for Titi, and Titi made some points. But she I think she didn't do herself justice focusing just on the English Premier League. I know she used that as a pointer, but maybe she could have spread the butter a bit more on the bread, and just expand it a bit more. At some point, she was waiting for points from Emmanuel to counter. I didn't really like that. I thought she didn't make her point. Like she didn't make her point outrightly. She was making her point based on countering Emmanuel's point, which wasn't so nice. You want to come out and be bold and make your point. she made a good point, of course, talking about the marathon of games in the league. I was looking forward to her talking about teams like Chelsea, teams who won the UCL. You know, many would say by mistake because they were having a horrible league season. You know, Chelsea were struggling that year. I think it was last season or 2 seasons back when Thomas Tuchel came around that Frank Lampard was sacked. And, you know, Tuchel came and won the title. I was really expecting her to talk about some of the teams who have won who have won the Champions League and who weren't doing so well in the league at the time. You know, to show that, the Champions League, like anyone can really win it. You might not be good enough in your league, but then you can stumble and win the Champions League, which was a very strong point. And we've seen teams in the past who didn't do so well in the league, but ended up winning the Champions League. And if you say the best teams in the league win the Champions League, then, you know, I think that was a very solid one. She didn't exhaust or take control of. I talked about the mistake with the Premier League, Titilope. I think you could have expounded a bit more and looked at other leagues. So yeah, you know, like I said, Emmanuel talked about you have to beat the best to beat the best, and he kind of believed. For me, I think what struck me with Emmanuel is he believed more in the points he was making, and that's why my vote will go to Emmanuel for such a wonderful argument. And you know, such a strong one at the same time, and he believed in the points he was making. So my vote will go to Emmanuel.
Emmanuel takes Chidibere's vote, doubling his advantage. He moves up to 40 percentage points as we speak. Alex, overdose. Who goes next?
Man, my call. You have to sit out the sun now. Yeah. For me, you know, one thing I always look out for, especially when I hear people battle on the fans battle, is their conviction. I always want to know how convinced they are. And you know, Titilope, yeah, she had a fine argument, but just like majority of callers actually pointed, you know, she really couldn't go beyond the surface level. You know, you're telling me that it's difficult to win the league, but you're not giving me examples. You're not telling me, when Leicester City did it under Claudio Ranieri, they sent the whole world a buzz because it's not something that happens on a regular. So for them winning it, that was just like 1 in a million. That's why the odds on Leicester doing it again, you know, those are arguments that I should hear. But you kept saying, yeah, Liverpool, they got 97 points and, you know, they still didn't win the league. Of course, we know that, you know, the league is quite hard, but Emmanuel was more convincing. Look at the stats. You know, he came up with Juventus, came up with the Invincibles, which was another good point. You know, Arsenal went the whole season unbeaten, but in the Champions League, they are yet to win it. He went on with Bayern Munich, and I mean, he was just like, you know, a man loading his cartridges. When he exhausted, he just loads it again in his barrel, and he was shooting from the hips this evening, and that's why I'll go for Emmanuel, who was more than convincing. His points stood out, you know. And the one thing I love, you know, towards his argument was the fact that she was saying it's difficult to win the league, and then he punctured it with Pep Guardiola, who in 6 seasons has won the Premier League 4 times, but he's yet to do that in the Champions League, and I think that was the icing on the cake for me. And so because of that, I definitely will give my vote to Emmanuel.
So Emmanuel, by virtue of Overdose's vote, has won this battle because it's crossed the threshold, 60 percentage points. There are only 40 points left now. It won't alter the outcome. 20 of those in the hands of Alex. But I'd like to hear what you make of it.
Femi, just like Overdose said, I mean, she was on the surface level. You know, I expected more. I expected you to hit points why the league is more difficult to win than the Champions League. We all know the league is a 38-game program. It's very difficult. You have to be consistent. Injuries will play a part at some point in the season. Form will drop. But to win the league, you have to be at your very best. You have to win games. You were saying something about, you know, you have to just beat the lesser teams. That's not winning the league. You know, that's not winning the league. You know, winning the league is as difficult as winning the Champions League. We know that. But on this battle, Femi, I was really disappointed, Titilope, because I can remember your last battle. Though you changed that, all the mannerisms and everything, you did tweak that a little bit, but it felt like you just came in here and you just told this guy, you have the battle already, because the head-to-head that I wasn't hearing anything from you, and I was expecting you to. You gave points. I like you talked about consistency. That's important within the league. You have to be consistent. Chidebere said something that was, that is key. Madrid won the Champions League last season, but in the first half of the league season, Madrid they were not impressive. They were not great. They were just winning some games, losing some games, dropping points where you expected them to have just picked up 3 points. But at the end of the day, they had a mad second half of the season, and they won the Champions League, and they later won the league. The Liverpool points that you were giving about them reaching 90 something points and not winning the league, that's a good point, but you didn't stress it. You just kept saying a lot of things, and I just expected more. I think when the 5 minutes of argument finished, I looked at you, I was like, what are you doing? Because you allow this guy ride you, and not about allowing anybody ride anybody. You did well, you did great, you had better points. I like the Bayern Munich thing you said when you started your argument. That was fantastic. Even Juventus and stuff, but then we don't expect Juventus to have 36 Champions League. So just putting that out. But you did well. You were better on the night. You came with the points, and Titilope. I don't know, man. It felt.
That Alex Ferguson point also really stuck with me.
Yeah,
26 years,
26 years, and
dominated
the Champions League.
Exactly.
It was Alex Ferguson was like a god in the Premier League.
Exactly.
Kept winning the league back to back. And stuff. But you just didn't do justice. And Femi, this is an interesting topic. Very sweet. Maybe me and Chidebere on Sunday would go head to head and talk about how difficult the league.
Don't do that. Don't do that, man.
The Champions League is.
The gods will not allow me to do myself solo.
But Femi, I'll give my vote to Emmanuel. He did better for me.
Well, it's interesting, Femi, because Alex never. Don't you know your vote don't count? You just spent 10 minutes
well, I like
analyzing all of this, and your votes didn't count. The people whose votes counted have voted Alex. Go to sleep.
I remember. No. Before Femi said,
10 minutes.
Wait now.
This is how they talk.
Before Femi said, Femi was like he won the battle already. But I should give my take.
Yeah.
And I did give my take. Chidebere, whatever you say to me, it doesn't count. Only what Femi says here counts, not you, Chidebere.
It is a shame you don't understand hierarchy. But I'm glad you learned it here.
Oh my goodness. Well,
all right, gentlemen.
Okay,
gentlemen. Congratulations to you, Emmanuel. Applause are in order. You have earned it, and you go straight into the quarterfinal. It's you versus Chinenye in the quarterfinal. Congratulations for job well done. For Titilope, the guys have said all there was to be said. It's easy to conclude that Emmanuel had the fairer end of the deal. It's easier to argue for the Champions League. After all, isn't that supposed to be the league where only the best of the leagues come to play? But if Titi, if you had done a little more, then you could have rubbished most of his claims. I felt that you were a bit subdued today. I don't know. Maybe it's just not one of those days for you, or you weren't feeling like it. And there are some days too. There have been some days here. This week, for instance, I have not been as fired up as I was last week or the week before. I've literally struggled through some of the broadcasts, and I don't know what you are going through. It's just that I've seen you more spirited than today, and that's not to take anything away from what Emmanuel did. I think he deserved to win on the strength of the battle itself. You did point out the obvious things to point out. I was looking for the not so obvious. And some of them that you even touch, you you didn't do enough to let them sink in. For instance, you did mention these are 38 games, but I needed you to drive it home. These are mandatory 38 games. Whether you like it or not, you are going to play them. And the only time in our generation that there were no 38 games was COVID 2020. But in the league, mandatory, unless it's the Bundesliga where you don't have up to 20 teams, you are going to play a mandatory game. Mandatory 38 games. Even when you are relegated, you still have to play those games mandatory. It is grueling, and you are moving around playing all these games whether you like it or not. In the Champions League, sometimes we are done after 6 games. And the teams that win it is just strategy. It's not, for them, it's not the marathon. I like the marathon analogy. Champions League is more like a middle distance race. It doesn't go as far. It is not as tenuous. It doesn't take as much sapping energy from you. In fact, one thing that could have helped you, you see the teams that win the Champions League, usually they win the Champions League when they are willing to sacrifice their home league to concentrate on the champion, which is also the reason why Pep Guardiola isn't winning it. He doesn't know how to prioritize. If Pep Guardiola was prioritized, he would have won more Champions League with Barcelona. But he wanted everything. And it's the same thing with him when he went to the Bundesliga. It's the same thing in the Premier League. If you notice, Liverpool, the years they took the Champions League, and the one, they've gone to how many finals? They've done 2 finals against Real Madrid that didn't work.
And then the one against Tottenham.
And then they've won against Tottenham. That is 3 Champions League final. You know why? Because in this time, they've only won 1 league title. Do you understand? It's not every day. Now, you could argue that Real Madrid won Champions League and La Liga in the same season. But why? Was because Barcelona didn't come to the party. Atletico Madrid didn't come to the party. If they had come to the party, for Real Madrid to win the Champions League, they will almost forgo the league. Real Madrid, when they won the 13th, teams have won the Champions League with a dip in form. And it's hard to do that. Everything else has to go your way to win the league. But we saw when Real Madrid won the 13th. I'm a Real Madrid fan. Real Madrid fan was useless otherwise. In the league, their form was abysmal. Abysmal. And they couldn't even finish. Did they even succeed in finishing top 3? I think they managed. I think they finished third. Third in the league. But as abysmal as they were, they still won the Champions League because it wasn't the marathon. They just needed a few things to come good for them. Ronaldo to get better and hit form at the right time, by which time it was too late to do anything about the league. And then they went all the way. You could argue Zidane won 3 Champions League back to back to back. How many La Liga titles did he win? He just managed 1. So these are things with which you could have countered Emmanuel. You didn't go there. And like one of the voters via the phone said, and it's been reiterated, your concentration on the Premier League took a lot away from what you could have done, the numbers you could have put forward and all of that. And it just didn't go well, which is why Emmanuel is already on 80 points and you don't have a point yet. We'll go to social media and see. And this is because I think you are a very impressive, sweet person. You know how to hold your own in an argument. You may not be very vocal at the off, but you are no pushover. If anybody thinks you are a pushover, the person thinks that at their own peril. I've seen you hold your own, and I think you will always hold your own. Let's quickly, I will come back to you. I want to hear how you are feeling. But first, Chidebere, how does social media?
Yeah, social media gave it to Emmanuel, but it was very close. 54.2% to 45.8%.
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. That's for Twitter. For Facebook, well, Facebook was almost a landslide for Emmanuel, 69% for Emmanuel and 31% for Titilope. So, well, it's 100 points for Emmanuel then.
So, it warrants another round of applause, Emmanuel. The results say it's one-sided. Congratulations. How are you feeling, Emma?
Fine, I'm feeling good. Feeling very good. Although I think I have a whole lot of work to do going forward.
Yeah. You think Titilope left you a little off the hook today?
Perhaps.
Okay, you go up against Chinenye. That'll be another interesting quarterfinals. The ladies are always lying in wait for you. So, what's your state of mind going into this one?
Well, I'll be looking forward to it, and I'd like to take everything everybody has said here, because I think that's the next thing for me to do right now. Take whatever I can take. In fact, everything I need to take them and work on them. And
AKA, you have to be selfish, greedy.
I don't want to give anything to the opponent.
You don't have to give anything.
Don't. It's a slugfest.
Okay, so 100% of the vote. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
See you in the quarters. Titilope mi Oluwa. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
Femi, do you remember something?
I love her facial expressions and her body language. Yes.
She bewitched the last person she was. No, wait. But this time I think you were bewitched by Emmanuel. Because I was surprised when you guys went head to head, because you allowed him. You just allowed him talk.
Yeah, but because I've actually listened to her, and tonight, like
sounded a bit subdued.
Yeah, and she was just handing it over to Emmanuel, like points where you would expect her to expand and just counter him. She would just stop, and I'll be like,
there were times when she already held him, and then she would just
let go,
and then move on. It's almost
like my mind. It's
almost like she's telling him, okay, dictate the position we should go. I mean, the direction.
Yes.
We go. And that was no good strategy. But there's something else I also noticed. Even to get you to come close to the mic today
was a problem.
Yeah. So a number of times I saw Alex beckoning you forward. I had to tell you a couple times to Titilope, come close to the mic. I don't know. Is there something you wish to share? You don't have to share. Yeah. Because sometimes there is more to it than maybe you are just not feeling too well today, and or you're not feeling too happy. You would rather not even be here today if you could. While we appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me about that. I wanted to hear. Yeah, tell me about that. Tell me.
The rain, everything.
Okay, everything.
I was just so relaxed. I didn't want to come down here. Then I had to.
Well, we appreciate your coming, and we appreciate the battle you have brought. You've held your own. You've been strong. It's just unfortunate. I know how I really, for some reason, and I try to detach myself when somebody I expect more from loses. I know how I felt yesterday. I was just being strong when Adenike Joyce. I mean, like that one hit me hard. Hit me really hard. Again, and the reason why you have to be poker faced, because if you express how disappointed are you, saying that the person who won didn't deserve to win, and all of that. But there's just sometimes too, it's just like the way I felt the day Molat. I'm lost here. We've said bye bye to Femi Taiwo. We've said bye bye to these. I mean, it's crazy, but thank you very much for the battle. I am so proud of what I want to listen to you in a debate, in an argument, in a head-to-head at any time when you are at your best. And I know that sometimes you need a little more propping, a little more egging on to come out out the starting blocks. But when you do come out the starting blocks, you are one to behold. I remember one of the greatest colleagues I've ever worked with, Fiona. Fiona didn't want to come on radio. She did not want it. We had the interview with her all those years ago, and she was very clear. She did not want to come on air. She just wanted to work on the back end. And for that, we could not even offer her the job at the time. And then later on, I literally had to go to people to beg Fiona to beg her. Fiona, I know you don't want to talk on the mic. I will make it easy. Come in as producer that you want to be. And then we will work on gradually. I need you to go on air. But I will give you a soft landing and take your time. And which is why all those years that Fiona was awesome with the team. Some people didn't hear. I don't think anybody ever heard Fiona on a Champions League night or on a Sunday. And even then, when our football show was 5 p.m., she would do the first half hour and go home. And that was the routine. But there is no debating that there was no, year after year, there was no lady's voice on radio that was as big, as commanding as Fiona for those years. I mean, she kept winning all the broadcast titles back to back, and till today, she's still a colleague of ours, and on international media. And the few times when I managed to hear her, I'm like salute to the commanding presence, the power of the voice, and the ability, the dexterity, and the sheer know-how what she does. So I don't want you to lose hope, okay? I don't want you to lose hope. I know you are pretty reserved, but some of the world's most reserved people have become the most successful broadcasters that we have seen in our time. You won't believe how reserved I am myself. You'll be shocked. So that's just it. So congratulations for the hard work, for coming all the way to the round of 16. You lost to a better opponent on the night, but you can live with your head held high. Anything you want to say in your bye-byes?
Thank you.
She's one for few words. Thank you very much for being a part of the broadcast, everyone. As we say bye-bye to yet another powerful contestant here. And that is made even more powerful to think that we said bye-bye to Wasiu, awesome today, who's been awesome throughout. Like Thanos said, this day exacts a heavy toll, a huge toll, and it's sad. And for this one, we would like to monitor how their progress goes on in the months and the years ahead, should they choose to pursue this career path. Thank you, Alex, for doing this with me.
Femi, it's always a pleasure. I mean, we've had 2 battles on the night, and great battles. We can always expect more, but I think we've had a fantastic ride up until this moment, and it's quarterfinal time, and we expect more. We just want to see, the contestant bring, more to the table. And I like, what Emmanuel said. He's going to take it to the next battle, and take everything from that battle. So yeah, it's been fantastic. What a night, Femi. I've enjoyed myself, and I can't wait to hear that tune. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Over Diesel.
It's really nice.
Diesel.
I remember.
Can I do the ad-lib thing for you? While you talk, I say Diesel.
Okay. I remember the movie Avengers. I always have a thing for Thanos, because when he speaks with conviction. It's just like somebody who, it's just like you're going to destroy the world, but you have a good a good reason to destroy it, even though people are trying to, stop you, but you're fueled by that passion. And while talking to Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange asked him, that, what do you gain from all this? And then he said, I finally get to rest and watch the world smile in a grateful universe, I mean, now I get to rest, and really just be grateful that I was part of this, because, I mean, a whole lot of debaters with the passion, some reserved like Titi, others explosive like Emmanuel, some not too outwardly expressive like the lady that was here before, I think Naye, and then others just like Wasiu. But all in all, I mean, we've seen great talents, we've seen people, and one thing I've really noticed is that a whole lot of people definitely follow sports, man or woman. I don't know, whoever is out there, maybe you couldn't make this year's edition, but don't be deterred, don't give up. I mean, if you really feel that you have it, I mean, there's always going to be another platform and another chance for you to, shine. I remember the first time I went to the mic, I vomited, live on radio, but that didn't stop me. And we're still making it count. I mean, it's not easy, but you just have to push yourself. So shout out to everyone that has been here, that has lost, and those that are still in it. I can only hope that they improve and get things together, as well as go all the way to winning. But then it's always a pleasure doing this with you, Femi. I mean, always, and I really appreciate it.
And just before I go to Chidebere, you talked about those who have lost. Molat lost to Prosper in the round of 16 battle. Kelechi lost to Daniel in his round of 16. And so it's Prosper versus Daniel in the quarterfinal pairing. That is on Monday. That's the first battle. The second battle, remember, Lima defeated Tolulope in Habat. Waito Chuku defeated Femi in his battle. So it's Lima and Tochuku in the second battle, I will presume, on Monday. So real big battles. So the first two quarterfinal matchups are on Monday. Tuesday are the two other quarterfinal matchups. Itunu and Adenike went hard at it. And at the end, Adenike lost that battle to Itunu. So Itunu is on in his quarterfinal battle, which will be on Tuesday. Who does he meet? Success versus Shegun. We saw that battle yesterday as well. Shegun